morning.
I'm Joanne from Magpies Cottage.
I'm Amy.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah.
So,
It's been 3 weeks since we've done this.
yeah, just about.
Yeah.
Because we're recording on a Thursday. That's unusual for us.
Yeah.
We can only do that during the summer break.
And we only did it once.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Been busy?
yeah. Yeah, I've been busy with a lot of stuff and getting things back to normal at home. Yeah, it's back to the normal residence again, just
Okay.
me, Liz, and the 2 kids. So, yep, things are back to normal. Oh, except for, having a quiet house. I invited my granddaughter over for 2 weeks now, Olivia.
Well, that's nice, though.
Yeah, yep. So she's there for 2 weeks. Today she's home alone, so I don't know how she'll like that. But sometimes, she's a teenager. She sleeps till noon or 1 o'clock, so.
Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah, and then
what they do.
Becky's going to pick her up at 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. How about you? You went to Stitches during this time.
I did.
How was that?
Stitches was great.
Okay.
I had 2 classes.
Okay.
I learned to Norwegian Pearl.
Okay.
And I do like Norwegian Pearl. I will use Norwegian Pearl when I have short sections of pearl to do, I think, for now. What I thought I would do, Dawn and I had this conversation. Hey, Dawn, I know she's going to watch this eventually. But when we are learning a new technique, we're going to knit dish rags.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dish rags. Because, she's working on knitting backwards. And because that was her class. And you can't tell the difference on her knit stitches. It really looks nice.
Good.
And I'm thinking, okay, I have to practice my Norwegian Pearl, but I think I'm going to do it on a dishcloth. I bought some dishcloth cotton. All right, well, I didn't buy it. I found it. I mean, I'm cleaning the sunroom, the stash room.
Oh.
Oh, God. It's done now.
It's done? Oh,
It's done.
Wow.
It's
Good.
done.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
There's a whole pile full of crap in my dining room that I have to put away. Stuff that I took out, like that I have, so all the stuff I knew that was coming out of there that had to be actually put away where it belongs, that stuff is still sitting on my dining room table.
Okay.
But all the yarn that I wanted to pack up and just move out of the sunroom is out in totes. In making my wall of wool, which is my insulator for my basement craft room.
Okay.
So, because it's concrete wall and I don't want Ron to have to drywall it. So I decided that if I put totes of yarn on it, the yarn will act as an insulator.
Oh, it's totes. It's not shelves. Okay.
No, it's all in totes.
Okay.
I decided I didn't want to do shelves. I thought about doing shelves. Like the cubbies, like the cubicle thing. I thought about doing that. And I decided against it because the yarn would be exposed. And I have spiders. Everybody's got spiders in the basement.
Okay.
So I didn't want spiders in my yarn.
Yeah,
They'll probably ignore it. And with it being in a tote, they won't bother with it.
Do you have clear totes so you can see it? Oh, that's nice then.
Yeah, and I do want to take every tote now and inventory it and put my full stash on Ravelry. So
then you know what you got.
Yeah, because it's getting out of control right now, and I have things I want to knit, and so I just need to knit what I want to knit, and stop buying yarn. But I like buying yarn.
Yeah.
And this was something actually came up at Stitches, going back to where we were. So my first class, Norwegian Pearl, was fun, and it was great technique, and it talked a lot about color work, because doing a Norwegian Pearl, keeping your yarn in the back, helps when you want to put some texture into color work.
Okay.
Okay? Usually color work is always done on the knit side, but what if you're doing it and you have to put a purl stitch in?
Yeah.
Okay? That's one place where you want it. And the other thing is you want to be able to keep that yarn in back if you are doing stockinette, like a cardigan, and you have to purl. So keep it, and you're doing color work. You want that pearl. So, no, then you'd want to purl regular. It was mostly color work. It was with color work and texture is when she used it the most. And the class was taught by Beth Brown Reinsel, and she was amazing. I enjoyed it very much. My other class was with Stephen B.
Oh, I didn't know you had a class with him.
Yeah. Okay, he doesn't settle down for class either.
Okay.
Just saying.
Yeah, just hyper.
But there were a couple of things I walked away with. Okay, first off, what he was encouraging me to do was to break out of my comfort zone when it comes to color. Well, I love color. I just don't love funky weird. Okay, I don't like, yarns that are really, really thick and lots of glitter in it, you know? You won't ever see me knit with a bulky yarn that's got glitter woven through it. Just not my thing. And I'm fine with that. But do I use color in many, many ways? Yeah, I do. So I just have to find the point of the class was to break out of your comfort zone, and that was good. But everybody breaks out differently, and I am not ever going to knit color work like Stephen B. Or colorful things like Stephen B. I'm not going to spray paint my shoes so that I could have glitter in them. Not going to do that. That's Stephen B. But embracing who I am is really by far more important. What is my color sense, and what color do I want to be? And that kind of connected to other things he said about your yarn stash. Now, I know that we all talk about our yarn stash, and some people have a downright obscene yarn stash. You always talk, I don't have yarn at home. But, let's face it, if I came to work here every day and I didn't have the yarn I wanted at home, I'd find it here,
Yeah.
I mean, I could see no need whatsoever to have yarn at home. Me, on the other hand, I'll get a whim to start something, and I want the yarn in stash. And that happened in one of my projects that we'll talk about in a bit. I needed yarn for a chemo cap, and I had it in stash. And that's, when I bought it and why I bought it, and I got it here, and it's bamboo pop, and it's like, I have no idea when and why I bought it, but I did, so it's in stash, and that's good.
Yeah.
I think you just kind of got to let your stash, instead of being, my hoarding bad side, let it be an expression of your art. And that's what Stephen B. taught me.
Okay.
So when I was cleaning my sunroom, which was a disaster from the get-go, it had yarn and just crap and patterns and just stuff I just was too lazy to put away when I was supposed to actually put it away.
Yeah.
It was the dumping ground.
Yeah.
And I got that, and I embraced the fact that I have a yarn stash. It's bigger than most people need. That's true. I knit a lot.
You do.
When I want something, I want to be able to have it.
Yes.
I see potential in yarns when I look at them. And I have curated my stash. And my stash is not just a bunch of jumbled up lots and lots of yarn. Oh, what am I going to do with it? I could probably pull out every skein of yarn from my yarn stash and say, this would be really nice as. And that's why it's in my stash. I have sweater quantities, maybe more sweater quantities than we got a text. It was really funny. You saw us both look up. But no, I maybe have more sweater quantities of things that I bought that I don't need, and I should really just knit some sweaters. But I'm working on that, But beyond that, there's the single skein of sock yarns, but some single skeins of sock yarns are fine.
Oh, yeah.
And some have a partner. And it might have a partner that's a coordinating color. It might have a partner that's the same color. And so, when you look at I looked at Melanie Berg's Sunwalker pattern I found that was one of the patterns I found in there, and I wanted to knit this for a while. And I know exactly what yarn I have in my stash that I'm going to knit that out of.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you have a stash.
Yeah.
So, no more guilt.
So that's what his
That's one of the
class
things
was about.
It was
the
about
stash?
it was about finding your true sense of color
Oh, okay.
and breaking out of your comfort zone. But then there were these other things about the stash that he threw in.
okay.
And he brought a stash to this class to get people to experiment in making this cowl.
Okay.
And so I got the pattern for the cowl, and I like the cowl, and maybe I'll knit the cowl, and then again, maybe I won't knit the cowl. I don't care about the cowl. But it might even be on Ravelry for free, for all I know. But the point is, he brought his stash, and there's all kinds of things in there. He says, but every yarn has a purpose, and let your stash be what it is.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the sideline of the stash connection. So it was fascinating. So,
Okay.
and then of course, yarn market.
Yeah.
I bought a sweater quantity of one yarn, but it's not going to be a sweater. It's going to be that. It's going to be a poncho thing that somebody here had the pattern one Thursday night. Swancho.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I have had that website up on my tabs in my cell phone so I didn't lose it. And they happened to be at Stitches. So I picked a color of yarn I liked, and that I'm going to knit that Swancho.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll start it this fall. I don't know. And then, so that was my only sweater quantity. I bought some shawl quantities, and I bought some things to go with other things that I wanted. So I didn't go crazy.
Okay.
But I also know I have Leading Men Retreat coming up in September, so I know that there's going to be another yarn market, a nice one, and so I kind of held back a little.
Okay.
I mean, it was only one tote-full.
Not
Oh,
holding
okay.
back.
Well, for me, you know what I buy when we go to ZK.
Oh well. Oh, you mean tote bag, not a tote rubber.
Yeah, just one
okay.
recyclable grocery bag kind of thing.
Okay,
Tote. You know, like your Sun Valley one.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
And one of it was sweater quantity.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
Good. Good.
We had a blast.
Good.
So the whole experience of Stitches. Donna was talking. Maybe we'll stay another day next year. So we'll see. I don't know. I would like to go to the fashion show, which is Friday night, and we didn't go to that. We were gone by then.
Yeah.
On the other hand, maybe we just go to the fashion show and leave after the fashion show. Because really, if you go, we were done with classes by 5 on Friday, and we hung around and knit for a little bit because I didn't want to leave Chicago area at 5 o'clock during rush hour. Forget it. So we left at about 6, ran into minimal traffic, and the only traffic that we stopped on the interstate for was in the construction down just south of Milwaukee.
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't long. I think it was a place where 4 lanes had to funnel down to 3 maybe, or 2 or something. It was like a bottleneck kind of place.
Yeah.
And then because I never saw an accident or anything like that. So leaving at 6 like that made so much sense. So I'm thinking, well, next year we could maybe just stay for the fashion show. That's done by 9 for sure.
Yeah.
And then just come home at,
That's not terribly late.
No. I don't know.
Sounds good.
I could have gone back into the market. There was a couple of things I wanted to look at. It's probably just as well I didn't.
Yeah.
So
How do you love that top you're wearing?
I do love this top.
I know. I love that yarn. Isn't it fun to wear that?
Yes.
I could wear that every day. I love that.
Well, I'm gonna have to find something else to knit with it. Something maybe with sleeves. You know, like a summer tee kind of thing. The tank, as far as tanks go, I love the way it feels on. It's a little curly here. All right, and that's stockinette. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And I maybe would have liked wider straps.
Yeah.
That said, as far as t-shirts to throw on,
Uh-huh.
I love this thing.
Oh yeah, that fabric is so nice to
Yeah.
wear.
So I definitely, it's, the yarn's discontinued. It's Audra. We got some.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, as far as a summer simple basic tee, this stuff is wonderfully soft. And it's itchy, or no, not itchy. It's kind of stiff when you knit it. And
Not
getting
terrible, though.
not terrible.
Not like most linen.
No. And getting the right gauge is important.
Now, if I was going to stash anything, that might be it because I love wearing it so much.
That's what I was thinking about doing that. Actually stashing, because I like the green that you knit your sweater on. And I was thinking about stashing enough green to do another one.
Yeah.
But I like this color. Definitely the way this striped
Oh,
up.
yeah, that's beautiful.
Because it's got this self-striping variegated, but
Yeah.
it's variegated, but it's self-striped, so I don't really know what to make of it. I don't know, I got fuzzies on here. Thread.
Yeah. Oh, that's because you were carrying fabric.
Yeah, I was. So,
Yep.
but at any rate, so yeah. I'm going to wear this to school. I've decided I'm wearing, this will be one of those really hot days in September. Perfect.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
yeah.
So
Got anything new to show us?
I do, but I'll talk about that when we talk about what we're
Okay.
making. The only thing new is these things.
These are so cute. Okay, I screwed up. I thought it was one of those hats because we've had these. All right, we've got the hat, see? Oh, turn it the right way. There, isn't it cute? And, so we've got the yarn that you put the little stuffy on the top for a hat. No, 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 no. This is a blankie. Look, it's a blankie. And then you attach the head to the blankie. And then on the back of the head, right there, a little piece of Velcro. Whoops, dropped it. It's the nookie holder. How cute is that? Okay, this is got Indulgent Grandma written all over it. Okay, so we got a gray, the new baby color, really, seriously, gray. And we have this nice little monkey in browns. He's cute. And then we have, of course, the traditional pink little lamb. And I mean, they're adorable. I need a grandbaby. Of course, too big. I need a baby. These are so fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could knit this. My son, all three of them, in fact, had these Fisher-Price blankie things. It was like a puppet. What did we call them? But it was like a puppet with a head, and then it had a blanket attached to it with satin blanket binding, and that was their blankie. And they lugged this thing everywhere.
Yeah.
Kevin loved it so much he had 2 of them.
Oh.
And believe it or not, the blanket is shot, but he still has the head from one of his.
Oh, my.
I'm not kidding. He showed it to
Wow.
Cora because that was his blankie. And all 3 of the boys had them, and I loved it. We did not go anywhere without that thing. It was made by Fisher-Price, and I loved it. So this is the new version. I couldn't, and the yarn's really soft.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's acrylic, so
Yeah, which
perfect
is
for
durable
kids.
for
Durable,
babies.
throw it in the dryer. So
Yep.
I mean, but how cute! I might just have to make one of these just for kicks and giggles.
Yeah. It would be a good little gift for, if another teacher had a baby or something.
A baby shower gift. I could get away with knitting one for a baby shower gift.
Yep.
Do I know anybody who's having a baby?
I thought those teachers are always popping out babies.
Not in my building.
No? Oh.
No, the building I teach in, it's an older staff.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the hall, okay, Grant is a square. And we have kindergarten hallway, we have 1st and 2nd grade hallway, we have 2nd and 3rd hallway, because 2nd's kind of on the corner there. And then we have 4th and 5th grade hallway. And being in 4th and 5th grade hallway for the last couple of years, when you walk down 4th and 5th grade hallway, within 5 years, other than one person, all of us will be retired.
Oh.
And there are also in all the other 3 hallways, a couple of people. There will be in 1st grade hallway, 3 people retiring in the next 5 years. In 2nd and 3rd grade, there's a couple there. Probably 2 for sure, maybe 3. I don't know how old one gal is. So I mean, we're an older staff. We don't have babies at my building.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody will have a baby.
Well, with these old farts retire, we'll be getting young ones, and then we'll have babies. But I think I might just have to knit it because it's so darn cute.
So, talking about something new, I haven't got much knitting done in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, but you've been,
I've been
sewing up
sewing.
a storm here.
So, in the store, we have a medium zipper bag, a Wisconsin Badgers medium zipper bag, Wisconsin Badgers sock sack.
Oh, I like the drawstrings.
Yep. These were just from last weekend. This is, I guess they call them a field bag when they're like this with the handle and the drawstring.
Okay.
So that's heavier canvas.
I love this fabric.
It's like the kind of canvas that lawn chair cushions are made out of, or awnings. It's just called outdoor fabric at the store.
It's really pretty. I love this one.
And then finally, our Sunday Fun Day, what we produced was wax canvas bags. So the canvas is waxed, and it's kind of double waxed. We waxed it, and then we blew it dry so it soaked in, and then we waxed it again. And everybody made one, and I'm making all the leftovers into bags for sale. So I have these for sale at the shop for $22. So they have the drawstring and the little handle.
Now, mine isn't finished yet because I had to be picky. I had to make mine different, of course, being an obnoxious person. See, Stephen B taught me that. Okay, so because it's Sunday Fun Day, and what do I do on Sundays but watch football? Mine is like this. Ta-da! And so I found these. I'm serious. We were talking about how to make these on Sundays. I'll do mine green and gold, and it'll be a Packer one. And I'm sitting at the table here, and we're working on these things. Well, I was kind of knitting at the time, but I went online to Amazon, found a patch, ironed it on. So now.
Oh, I was wondering, how did you have patches already? I didn't know you bought it while you were here.
Yes, I was sitting there. I went to my app on my phone to Amazon shopping, found one that had Prime, and I have a patch. I have another one, so I'm going to have to make another bag now.
Well, I have another green and gold set.
Okay,
because, yeah.
I want that one.
Okay.
All right. But anyway, so yeah, I have another patch. I bought 2 patches. I didn't know which one I'd like. So mine doesn't have the drawstring in yet, or the wax on it yet, because I wanted to iron on my patch. And I don't know, I was going to stitch it. This ain't coming off.
Okay, good.
I mean, look at that.
Because these things are hard to stitch through. I'll tell you that, knowing from Girl Scout days.
Oh, yeah, exactly. But nonetheless, so I don't think I thought I probably would want to stitch through it, but after ironing it on,
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think
And
it's
show
fine.
them the inside how we did the French seams and everything. That all
Yeah.
worked out pretty well.
Look at
mine. It was hard to see on the white.
Yeah, right here is the seam. So it's a French seam. All the ends are enclosed, and it's all the way through the whole bag.
Yeah. Even the
So
corners.
you don't even have to, so you don't need to line it because all your seams are enclosed. It's really a nice bag. So I'm telling you, this project bag thing, the one good thing about having a dear friend who makes phenomenal project bags, okay, I stash project bags like I stash yarn. Well, maybe not as bad. I only have one cubby of project bags. But I will tell you, this gal has perfected the science of project bags. There are features you want on a project bag. Which way the zipper goes, where the handle is as opposed to where the zipper goes. She does have some that she can put pockets in. I mean, a project bag like this, I don't necessarily need pockets, but I'm going to tell you, I don't buy too many project bags elsewhere anymore because Joanne has fun fabrics that and I'd say over half of mine are ones that you've made.
Okay.
Over half of them are, and that's crazy. But I love your project bags. So,
Yeah.
I mean, when we were making bags, okay, I'll be honest, I was like, bags, come on, canvas, who gives a crap? Okay? But I have to admit, I love this bag.
Good.
And this will be my Sunday knitting bag
Uh-huh.
for the, start actually. I bought the kit we've got up front, for the shawl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's that one called?
Richard DeVries.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
And I bought the green and gold one.
Oh, that'll go
And
perfect in there.
I am casting that baby on tonight, and I'm going to bring my yarn along when I come for knitting tonight, and we're going to wind it,
Okay.
and I am knitting this.
Are you waxing it today then?
Well, I will wax it tonight, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got to wax it today, yeah.
Yeah, I got the wax here yet.
Maybe
so-
I'll do that this morning and get it
Yeah.
done. But nonetheless, so, and you've got that cool thing.
Oh yeah.
To put the drawstring in, and Dawn had the technique down. I have no idea how they do that. To get it to go so it's double.
Yeah, you just go one from each end.
Well, I didn't know how to do that.
Yep.
Come on here,
It was so fun on Sunday. We had like an assembly line.
It was great.
Somebody cut, somebody ironed, somebody pulled drawstrings through, somebody waxed.
Amy sat and knit most of the time. She was whining because she's
Yeah.
crabby and tired, and that's another
And forgot
story.
your sewing machine.
And forgot my sewing machine.
So
Can you
it
believe
got
that?
a little slow on the sewing machine.
Yeah,
part,
okay,
'cause
total brain
It was
fart.
just me sewing, but yeah, it was fun. Everybody seemed to have a real good time on Sunday.
I will be honest with you. I didn't even think twice about bringing the sewing machine. You looked at me when I got here, saying, "Where's your sewing machine?" I go, "Oh shit." I didn't even. After you said something, I remembered. Yeah, I did say I'd bring my sewing machine. But I did not even think about it.
Yeah.
So
I have an extra sewing machine here, and I told Andrea she could have it because she had the fire,
yeah,
but then we couldn't find the foot and the cord last week, so I gotta find that.
that's got to be somewhere.
It's gotta be.
Yeah, presser foots and cords is not the kind of thing that a person just like, oh, I don't need this anymore. No. Mm-mm.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, that, you want to talk about your fabric thing too, as long
Okay.
as we're talking sewing?
Yeah. Okay, I'm not a quilter. I can sew a straight seam, so there's potential here. All right. So I found this fabric on it was on Brew City Yarns website, and they must have done it for something that they had going on. So my son Derek is into beer. He met his fiancée at a beer club. They incorporated beer in their engagement pictures. I mean, they like beer. It's like a common interest for them. And where they live out near Sacramento, it's the middle of the wine country, true, but I'm going to tell you, there are just as many craft breweries out there as there are wineries, it seems. But at any rate, so I decided that I saw this fabric. So these are the little motifs. All right. Beauty is in the eye of the beer holder. Never work during
Drinking
hours.
hours.
This one, it's all fun and games with beer. And then this one, let's see, it's beer 30. You're right on time. So it's just all these cute little beer motifs saying things, whatever. Anyways, so I decided, oh, this one they'll like. This one I love. A well-balanced diet is a beer in each hand.
That is cute.
Yeah. So I wanted to take these little squares and make a quilt for them. And so, not being a quilter, I know jack about what I'm doing. She's going to help me. So that's what it was. So I've had this fabric, oh boy, almost a year. I will have bought it like last December, I think it was. Never got around to it. So then, at Stitches, they started bringing in some sewing machines, and they're trying to expand the whole idea. Stitches isn't just knitting or crocheting. It's sewing, because you make stitches there too, I guess. So they invited in a really big, I don't remember the name of the company. It was a swanky sewing machine.
Oh, the Jukies.
Yeah, that was it. And they brought in that, so they had this huge sewing machine display. Then they invited 3 indie quilt fabric companies. So, and I I knew that these fabric square swatches, these things, the beer labels, had a very rusticy look to it. So I wanted a rusticy fabric. And they brought in, this is cherry, what is it, cherry something.
It's on that one.
Cherry wood, hand-dyed fabrics. And they're out of Brainerd, Minnesota. We met these gals, gave them your business card. They do wholesale.
Okay.
Yes, we asked that question. And they have, so if you wanted to, you have a beautiful selection of fabric here. I mean, if I ever really wanted to quilt, I'm sure I'd have no problem finding what I wanted. But these fabrics, you look at them, they match. This is a set of fat quarters. And you can all the colors flow and blend beautifully. And they blend with this beautifully. I mean, you lay this on here and it's like, oh my God, it's perfect.
Yeah.
So, okay, and the funny thing is, so we meet the two gals from Cherry Wood Fabrics, and they were trying to take a selfie, and it wasn't working. Well, they're old people, they don't do selfies. So, Dawn says, I'll take your picture for you. So we sat down and we hung with these two gals all weekend. They don't, one of them knit, the other one did not. The owner of the business, the brains behind that, I mean, I shouldn't say it that way, that's mean. But I mean, she just really had an eye for color and started this business. And in talking with them, we were talking about quilting, and I said, well, I got to get going on this quilt, and I have no idea how I'm going to go about doing it, yada, yada, yada. And I'm talking about my beer labels. No kidding. If this woman, not the one who owned Cherry Wood Fabric, the other gal that came to help her, who is an employee, I think, either that or they're just good friends, and she was helping her friend out. But they were good friends, you could tell. She says, I know exactly what you're talking about. We have the exact fabric.
Oh.
Now, I didn't have this fabric with me. She knew exactly what I was talking about. She had seen this somewhere. And so she says, we've got it. I'll come to the booth. I'll show you. So I go to the booth, and there it was. And I walked up to it, and I said, yeah, this is perfect.
Yep. Same colors.
It's all, it's all the same colors. And so she knew what the labels were. She said this was their last set of fat quarters in this.
Wow.
And the reason, and this is interesting too, the reason it was their last set is hanging right above them was this absolutely gorgeous quilt that this was a kit for.
Oh.
Okay. So and it was it was more like a wall hanging kind of quilt as opposed to a cover up like a blanket quilt. And I bought it right then and there. I won't tell you what I paid for this stupid kit, but I do have a big. This is like 2 yards, I think.
Yeah, that's what it said on the back.
Oh, you would know that.
Well, I read it when you were looking at the name.
Thank God. Okay. Does she have any clue how this quilt is going to be? Okay. Can I sew? Yes.
Oh, it feels nice.
Yeah, it's not itchy and whatever. I think, now, you think I should wash this because it's hand dyed first, or should I leave it?
I usually don't like to wash, but I don't usually work with hand dyes, so I don't know.
You know what, then? I think I am just going to wash it.
Okay.
I'll take the blues
Throw
and
a color catcher in when you wash it.
Yeah,
just
and
to be sure.
Yeah, I have some at home.
Okay.
I'll just do it in 2 loads. I'll do the darker ones like this.
Okay.
And then I won't wash this one yet, because that's the back.
Okay.
I thought this would make it, there'd be enough there for a back.
Depends on how, if your quilt is less than 40 by 70, it will.
I don't know.
Okay. Or we might be able, if there's pieces of this left over, we can have a pieced back too. Like make a stripe down the middle of all these colors and, cut this in half.
And one of these, there's 2 of. This one, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, because in order to do that kit that they had it with, they had to do an extra fat quarter. So one of these, there's 2 of.
Okay.
So Or maybe this blue, because I only have one fat quarter of it, maybe we use more of this on the front.
Okay.
And then we do something else for the back that would be more appropriate for a back anyways.
Okay.
I mean, I am totally open.
Okay.
I mean, I have no idea how to make this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I sure hope you're thinking about it.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. We can make it no problem, but we'll just draw it out on paper first.
Yeah.
I usually draw it out on paper first, what I want to do, and then I make one block to make sure everything works right in that one block. And then I'll cut and make all the rest of the blocks in a group.
Okay.
It's called chain piecing. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well,
that's usually my.
that's what we're gonna do.
Because I'm, as with knitting, I rarely have a pattern when I start.
Well, but you know what? That's okay.
Yep. I like
It's
to make
okay.
things my own.
Well, you know, and yeah. So at any rate, that's my project. And you know, once we've got the top done, then the rest, I guess, is pretty easy. Putting the batting in between
And the quilting.
and
yeah.
the quilting. And well, you're going to do the quilting part for me because I want you to put Ashley and Derek. their names in it.
am.
Yeah.
Oh.
I want
okay.
Ashley and Derek's name in it.
Oh, okay.
I like how you did that with Austin's quilt.
Uh-huh.
That was like so cool.
Yeah.
Well, what size was Austin's quilt?
I know it was 72 long because I was guessing he was 6 foot. And I think I was within a ½ inch of how tall he was.
Okay.
And
I like the
probably,
size of that.
yeah, so it's probably a little bigger than this. I think I might have been 50 something across.
Okay.
54 by 72, something like that.
Okay. Well, I was thinking we're going to have to stick with, because of the size of the blocks doesn't have to be 12 by 12.
No.
These measure, I think, 5 3/4 or no, 5 1/4 or something like that. I measured them across. So I mean, because there's that weird, and I measured from here to the motif. Not this is not the selvage.
Okay.
Um,
I'm weird. I usually like to make either a 9-inch block or a 12-inch block. Don't ask me why. That's just kind of the normal, so that's always what I strive for.
so even these hanging up, well, that one's easy.
Well,
to
that
tell.
one was a layer cake.
Yeah, but that one's easy to tell that they're all 12-inch blocks.
They're not. They started at 10, so they're finishing at 9.5.
Oh, well, okay, so I can't tell not 12 inches
Yeah.
from 9 when I'm looking at it.
And those are actually only 4.5 or 4 inches maybe finished, because those were charm squares. See, there is always an exception to every rule. I like using charm squares, which are 5-inch squares, or layer cakes, which are 10-inch squares. Pre-cuts, because then it goes faster. All the squares are cut for you.
Oh.
So then they're a little different size.
Well,
But yeah, we'll figure it out.
okay.
You know, maybe we'll double border it. Maybe we make sashing out of the blue, you know, like put a different color around each of the squares,
Okay.
and then but put sashing like the lattice work with all blue. You know, we could do something like that. We'll think of it. We'll
Well,
play
and the
around.
thing about it is that this kind of blue is in their living room.
Okay.
So, and the other thought I had too is even though I want to do a quilt, I also thought I'm going to have more of these maybe than I need. So then I thought, well, then let's take and make 3 extra like blocks, put them together and make like a runner out of it.
Okay.
Or, you know, and then that way I could use this for the back of the runner
Okay.
or something like that. That, you know, so I mean, there's lots of options here, I think, you know, so
Yeah.
we'll see. But at any rate,
Okay.
that's our project, my friend's going to help me.
Yep. That's our sewing at this time.
Yes.
So now about knitting.
Knitting.
What are you knitting?
What am I knitting? Okay. Well, I mentioned this one briefly. So, at the Leading Men Retreat, they've got this chemo cap drive going on. So, I thought, well, you know, I'm going to this retreat. I suppose I should knit a chemo cap. There's some people have knit 60 of these darn things.
Oh,
You know, and I'm not going to knit that many. Personally, I think that people are like going crazy knitting all these hats. and they're not thinking necessarily about what a bald-headed cancer patient would want in a hat.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I have way too much personal experience with that, with my sisters and my mother and all that, but I do get it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I am knitting this. And it's bamboo pop. It's as soft as you're gonna get on a naked head.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, it's got this really pretty little scallopy edge to it. And that's it. Now I'm just knitting around and round and round until I get to the decreases. And the bamboo pop is knitting up really nice. I think it'll be the, you know, just, this just sits on the head. They, you know, like even something like a ribbing edge, if that's tight, can really be uncomfortable. Chemo caps are most often worn in bed at night.
Oh.
Because your head's cold. Everything else is tucked under the covers. And there's your naked head. Now, the rest of us with hair on head, it doesn't matter. But for somebody who's going through chemo, the naked head matters. And my sisters both told me they wore their hats that I knit them most often at night.
Oh.
And you want something then, since you're wearing it at night, you want something you can throw in the wash.
Yes.
You know, because you still sweat once in a while and whatever. So,
And you never ever want acrylic because it makes your head sweat.
yeah. So I'm using bamboo pop for this one. And like I said, I don't know why I bought this color. This is so not what I would buy. But I bought it for a reason. Okay. I might have bought it actually for a chemo cap.
Yeah, I know,
You know?
there was a time you were buying them for you to
Yeah,
make some
I
chemo
think-
caps.
Yeah, I think I was one.
A year or two ago.
Yeah. Last summer I was knitting them for Lori, so
Oh, okay.
my sister. But yeah, so that's one thing. I started this, and I'm gonna try to get like 2 or 3 of them done for this. You know, then I contributed, and then I found this in my stash. And this is Baby Cashmerino Debbie Bliss. This stuff is perfect for a chemo cap
yeah,
too.
that'd be wonderful.
Yeah, so I've got a ball and a little bit left. I'm thinking this is the leftovers from a chemo cap.
It's got a little acrylic in, but it's only 33%.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, I wouldn't use an Encore, which is 75
No, no,
acrylic.
no, no, no.
That would never work, but this one might be okay.
This one is soft enough.
Yeah.
You know, so that's one project I'm working on. So I started this. I cast this on, I don't know, last week. I've been working on it off and on when I need something that's not going to require thought.
Yeah.
I should just finish it now.
We'll bring it to knit night tonight and mindless knitting.
Yeah, we'll see. I've got a packer shawl to cast on.
Oh, yeah. And I would bake to wax.
Yep. See, I got things to do.
Yeah.
And then my latest test knit. Oh, my other test knit that's a stealth project. I can't show you. I will show you in November because that's when it comes out.
You gotta wait for the pattern release?
Yeah, I cannot. I
Okay.
am under agreement with the designer to not show on any social media. And I guess this qualifies as social media.
Yes, it would.
So I can't show you, but it's done and it's freaking gorgeous. You've seen it, right? Yeah, I had it Sunday.
Oh, okay. I didn't really pay a lot of attention to things on Sunday.
you were busy
Because
knitting.
I had my back to everybody when I was sewing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll bring it to knit night. It's gorgeous. I love it. It turned
Okay.
out amazingly beautiful.
Okay.
That was also a stash project. I happened to have this set of 6 minis in stash. And so I was able to, oh my gosh, I love that pattern, and cast on right away because it was in stash. So, is it good to have a stash? Yes. That's what I tell my husband anyways. And then my other test knit, I had 2 test knits going on at the same time. Usually I don't do that, and designers don't like it
That's
when
a
you do.
different color for you.
I know. This is also my Camp Loopy project. I asked this is designed by Laura Ayler, who also did this tank. And this one is a pullover. What's it called? I can't remember. She's got a, can't remember the name of it. Easterly. And it's just a raglan sleeve pullover, but it's got this pearl bump set panel in the center that are, every other row is twisted. So the reason you see these 2 things is because that's the twisted pearl
Ah, okay.
So yeah,
Well, that's different.
yeah. So I've got about 3 inches to go, and then it's gonna have an uneven hem. She's been doing that a lot lately.
You mean longer in the back?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And the yarn I'm using is, oh, I don't have a label. It's Fiber Company Luma,
Okay.
and it's a wool, cotton, linen, silk blend. Mostly wool though.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully this will be off the needles in a week or so.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm counting my decreases or increases because you're making it whiter.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that this, I'm not, a twisted pearl is a pain in the butt. Just gonna leave it out there.
Okay.
Twisted pearl's a pain in the butt. And then the cuffs are, it's 3/4 length sleeves, so you knit about 10 inches of stockinette, and then you've got 30 rows of pearl
Mm-hmm.
and twisted pearl alternating. I might turn my sleeve inside out when I get to that
Oh, sure.
and just knit it. I'll just turn my sleeve inside out.
Yeah.
I don't want to knit all them pearls. I just don't feel like it. So that's what I'm working on. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's what's in the bag right now.
Okay. Well, I am working on my Modulon show.
Oh, I am working on that too.
Okay.
And I pulled out, I didn't like the color. With my pink here, you know, I didn't bring it along. I should have brought it along. And I'm working on a perfect blend. Last clue comes out Monday. And that you haven't seen because I haven't brought it here.
Casapinka.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yep. So
Monday,
here's-
that's just, I love this. The turquoise here is great.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, oh my gosh. I didn't know you were doing this color for your sleeves.
Yeah.
I love it.
So I haven't gotten much knitting done this week. All I knit was yesterday a little bit on this, and today I'll knit. It's knit night tonight. What I have been doing besides making all the bags is I've also been dyeing yarn. Now this, I did my avocados finally. It's a little dark there, but it's a real pretty mauvey pink kind of color. I love it.
Yeah.
So today I have to
It is the
spin
light
this up and knit it so I can make sure it's color fast when I throw it in the washing machine.
This reminds me a lighter version of the exterior of the avocado pit. It's just lighter.
Yep. So that was avocado. This is the red onion skins. I had to do one more because I initially did 4, I think, and I need 5 for a sweater for myself.
That's just,
So this is the one that's sport weight with silk in it.
wow.
So I did those. And I brought my bag. I know I kept promising to show you my
This is cool.
samples. Yeah, you wouldn't believe some of these things, the colors you get. All right. So this one, red onions, and then dyed over with coffee.
That's beautiful.
This,
This is a really warm color. I like this color.
yeah. This is blackberries.
That's surprising.
This one's not marked. I believe this is just plain red onion. Which you get all different. That's what this was red onion. It's greener on the silk ones,
Wow.
but there's, yeah, it's different each time, kind of. Now this one was made with tree bark from the tree in my front yard. When the storm came, it knocked a branch down. So I took all the bark off and I made this yarn. And then I took all the leaves off. Nope, not that one. Where is the leaves? Is it this one? Yeah. All the leaves off and it made this yarn.
Wow.
So I made good use of that branch that broke off the tree. This one, believe it or not, this was red and purple tulips. Deep, deep, dark purple. I mean, almost black purple.
Where did you get tulips this time of year?
No, this was, I didn't do that this weekend. This was earlier.
Oh,
This
you
was
did
from
it in
Becky's
spring?
yard. Yeah,
Okay.
Becky's yard. More blackberries. This one is cranberries.
Oh, that's pretty.
I just took a bag of frozen cranberries and used those. And you've all seen my yellow onion.
Yep.
And this was yellow tulips. You know what I'm gonna do this weekend? I see all over the tiger lilies are like,
Blooming like crazy.
they're folding up now. They're kind of done.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try those.
Were you gonna get some blossoms from somebody, or like?
Yeah, there's like.
You want the blossom, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. This is more red and purple tulips.
That's just amazing.
And this is red and purple tulips. So that's the colors I brought with. So yeah, you never know what you're gonna get.
The red and purple tulips are beautiful. I love that color.
Mm-hmm.
I could see this in a sweater.
Yeah. Now see that? You don't get a lot though. I mean, she had a whole garden. And this is all I got were these 3 little skeins out of a whole garden full of tulips.
Oh, that's rough.
So yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, so I've been doing a lot of yarn dyeing.
Wow.
Having fun. At home I have a whole bunch more coffee and yellow onion and what else did I? Mostly those are it. Because I want to make those gradient sets, so that's been going fun. No, that one I need to wind.
Oh yeah.
Those 2 I have to wind. So, yeah. That's what I've been doing.
Wow. Well, I've been cleaning.
Okay.
This sweater should be done already, but I've been cleaning.
Well, that needs to be done too.
Ugh, pooey.
Not by
Okay.
me, but it needs to.
Okay. The good news is my husband does not expect me to be a good housekeeper.
Well, that's good. He's learned after
He's
all
learned
these years.
It ain't worth it.
Yeah.
But he says to me, I remember this was years ago, he says, you know, when you clean, you really do a good job of it. I said, yeah, well, don't expect it more often because it ain't going to happen.
Uh-huh.
Oh, gosh, that's just too funny, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I just hate cleaning. I just
So do
hate it.
I.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out, okay, so I have a lady, with working full-time, I can justify it, right?
Yeah.
But I'm trying to figure out how I can justify it when I retire. I mean, the gal who does my house is phenomenal. I love her dearly, and yeah, I just don't want to be without her.
Yeah.
So, and you know, maybe I'll just say, well, honey, I don't want to hurt her business. You know, you have
Yeah.
customers that don't really have bug problems. You know,
Uh-huh.
but they keep you coming.
Yeah. So I used to have a cleaning lady and I loved it when I
Yeah.
lived in Plymouth, but yeah.
I don't know. Well,
Oh well.
what are you gonna do?
I live with a little mess.
Yeah, it's okay.
Doesn't hurt
I
you.
can do that. Other than that,
So I think that's it.
that's it. We got knit night tonight.
Yep.
Classes coming up. Mystery shawls coming up.
Yep. Sign up.
Well,
for
it's not shawls. Mystery knitwear.
Mystery Mania.
Mystery Mania.
Stash Buster sales coming up
Yeah.
August 24th.
Yeah, I gotta go through my stash. I just did.
I was gonna say, didn't you just do that?
I should have done it when I was doing that. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
well.
Whatever.
You have to touch yarn some more.
I guess I will. Oh, that's rough. Well, next week I'm gonna be working on my loom. That was the
Oh.
other thing. The sunroom had to get done before I could play around with my loom.
Oh,
So-
okay. Have you warped it at all yet? Okay.
Nope, that's okay. I'm not in a hurry.
Uh-huh.
I'm not in a hurry. So I have a couple things that I want to warp up on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll just kind of do that when I can, and
Okay.
we'll go for it. But yeah, next week. That's my job for next week. I have to do that, and then I have to scrub, more cleaning. I have to scrub the grout on my tile.
Mm.
It's the grout. Well, see, I have tile flooring.
Oh.
Yeah, and it comes in my front door, goes through my kitchen, my hallway, my living room. It doesn't have tile, it's just carpet. My dining room, and it's in the sunroom. It goes all the way through the house, the whole place.
Do you do the steamer on your tile at all, or have
Well, I'd have it. I should. What I have to do now, because it's really bad right now, I have to, and I do this like I'd say 3 times a year, every 4 months, take a scrub brush, especially in the kitchen. The other walkway areas, not so much, but in the kitchen, where it's lots of traffic and lots of mess on the floor, I take a scrub brush and I literally scrub the grout, because it's the grout that gets bad.
Do you have to get on your hands and knees?
No, I got a long pole on that bugger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going
know.
to say,
no hands and knees for this girl.
I just bought a scrub brush from Amazon about this long and this wide, and it has a handle, so you can stand up and do it.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I'll do. And so I scrub that, and then I don't have to reseal it. I just scrub it good, and so I want to do that. I do it in summer once, and then in winter I usually do it like before Christmas. You know, because I'm having company, so whatever.
Yeah.
So I'll do it in December, and then I'll probably do it in March.
Okay.
You know, just 3 times a year is all it needs, just to do that. And then I do have a steamer, and if I would steam clean my floor more often, you know, the if I would do that more often, this probably wouldn't be as bad as it gets.
Yeah.
You know, but well, that would require cleaning again.
Yeah.
Not my thing. So, although my steamer does work really nice on my floor.
Okay.
It does, as I do have one, collecting dust. But, oh well. So yeah, that's my plan. I'm sticking to it. Gonna get
Okay.
that floor cleaned up. And then once that's done, those were getting my sunroom cleaned out, my yarn kind of downstairs, and then getting the loom set up. Those are my 3 really big, I must get done this summer kind of projects. And so I'll be okay.
Good.
I can go back to work thinking I'd accomplished something. I'd
All
rather
right.
be knitting.
Okay. Well, thanks again.
It was nice chatting with you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.